Video preview.
Marcus, if you get this message, I need your help. I really am.
It's your father.
If he's still alive, I've got to find him.
Now in darkness, world stops turning. Ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs out the power. And God has struck the hour. Oh, Lord,
There's only a little more than a month to go before we find out whether Carmine lives or dies. Of course, we'll likely find answers to possibly more pressing questions, like what's the deal with Marcus's dad? We're told that the final episode will answer many of our questions about the world's history and what's going on. Gears of War 3 is Epic Games' grand finale in the saga that had us sinking cities, riding Brumacs, and shooting loved ones. The story takes place 18 months after the fall of Jacinto, and our heroes are now living aboard an aircraft carrier. For the first time in the series, Gears of War 3 can be played with 4 players online cooperatively. Not only will you step into the massive boots of Marcus and Dom, you'll also be able to play as the Coltrane and Baird, 2 Gears who are once sidekicks are now sharing the spotlight. The addition of Anya and Sam changes the dynamic as well, plus it's always nice to have the option to play as a kick-ass female character. Described as a more personal story this time around, during the campaign you'll visit places like Hanover, Augustus Cole's hometown where he was a thrashball star. From what we played of Gears of War 3, everything seems to be bigger and better. We're already used to the large set pieces, but not like this. From gargantuan Leviathan attacks to sinking aircraft carriers, the large-scale action is impressive and keeps us on our toes. To help us against these new enemies, we get to jump into a Silverback, a mechanical suit that lets us play around with rocket launchers. There are plenty of new weapons to play with as well, like the one-shot or the incredibly powerful sawed-off shotgun. Iron sights have been added to the hammer burst if you prefer to stay at long range. But oftentimes, Gears is really about getting up close and into someone's face, or charging them from behind. New weapons like the Retro Lancer changes things up, not only in the campaign, but in the multiplayer as well. And speaking of multiplayer, if you haven't had a chance to play in the beta, you'll be happy to know that with dedicated servers, host advantage is now a thing of the past. There are multiple new modes to choose from, such as Team Deathmatch, Capture the Leader, and King of the Hill. These new modes have been tweaked or merged with other familiar modes to make it more straightforward. For those who don't like going online and communicating verbally with random strangers, they've now added spotting, letting you point out the enemy without having to say a word. Epic has stated that they want this to be the most accessible and easiest Gears yet for newcomers. Players who don't have any Gears achievements on their system can go online with some training wheels and access an area reserved for just new players. There's an auto aim assist to help you get used to things, and once you're ready, you can join in on the chainsawing action with the others in online multiplayer. If you'd rather play cooperatively though, there's always a campaign. But Horde mode lets you team up with some friends and build a strong defense against waves upon waves of oncoming locusts. A tower defense-like element has been added, so as you play you earn money, which can then be used to purchase decoys, barriers, and other strategically placed weapons. Enemy types are randomized, so each new wave will be a surprise. Now if you'd rather play on the side of the Locust, there's Beast Mode. Think of Gears of War 2's Horde mode, but you're on the other side. Play as the explosive little tickers or a crazy berserker. The goal is to get rid of all the humans before your timer runs out.
Revive me!
PR-70, load secure. Cole, get your guys out of here. We'll cover you.
You heard the man. Time to love.
As you can probably tell, Gears of War 3 is packed with exciting new content as well as the ability to bring your friends along for the ride, regardless of whether they're veterans or not. We're eager to see the final product and the conclusion of this trilogy, so be sure to stay tuned to GameSpot when our review hits on the day of release. Gears of War 3 will be available worldwide for the Xbox 360 on September 20th.
Get clear. Jump.